July 2026 was supposed to mark YG's massive comeback victory on stage against the game. Instead, LAPD SWAT teams just crashed his property with a search warrant tied to an unsolved homicide. Over 4 years after Drakeo the Ruler was brutally ambushed and fatally stabbed backstage at a Los Angeles festival, federal authorities suddenly raided YG's home. Internet sleuths are losing their minds across Reddit and X, asking one simple question: what triggered law enforcement after nearly 5 years of cold silence? Was it a fresh trail of digital receipts, or did someone inside the circle finally break the street code? This wild situation is turning into an absolute disaster that industry insiders tried desperately to sweep under the rug. Between alleged bounties, disarmed security, and a 100-person mob, the truth is officially leaking out. Fan 2, the segmented spill revised and streamlined. Word count: 185 words. Tuantungiem ngatkong 100, 1302. To understand why LAPD officers suddenly swarmed YG's home with a search warrant, we have to trace this street conflict back to its origins. Long before the backstage chaos unfolded, tension between Drakeo the Ruler and YG's camp was already boiling over. It started back in 2015 when Drakeo shook up the Los Angeles rap scene with his distinct style. Producer DJ Mustard helped launch Drakeo's rise by producing his breakout track, connecting him directly with YG's circle. But Drakeo refused to follow the standard industry playbook. He flat out turned down a record deal with Mustard's label, choosing complete financial independence instead. That decision created an immediate divide. Industry rumors indicated people in Mustard's camp took the rejection personally. Drakeo later confirmed in interviews that studio environments quickly turned hostile, with uninvited guests showing up and creating unnecessary friction. Drakeo severed ties completely and built his own independent movement, the Stink Team. But in Los Angeles, turning your back on established industry gatekeepers puts a massive target on your back. Online disrespect rapidly turned into physical altercations, chain-snatching allegations, and targeted drive-by shootings involving associates from both sides. The feud reached a point of no return during the 2016 Red Bulls murder case. Prosecutors attempted to brand Drakeo's music collective as a criminal gang, charging him with first-degree murder for a shooting he did not physically commit. Drakeo spent nearly 3 years in jail facing potential life imprisonment, yet his movement grew stronger. He recorded an entire album over a jail telephone system, earning national attention for his resilience. By late 2020, he accepted a plea deal and walked out of jail as an independent millionaire. He was pulling in hundreds of thousands of dollars monthly, owning his master recordings, and buying luxury cars. His rapid independent success only intensified the bitterness from older industry figures who felt threatened by his independence. Drakeo openly accused established LA rappers of hating on his movement because he succeeded without their approval. The dynamic hit a boiling point when YG went on No Jumper and made his stance public. YG stated on camera that if there was smoke, it was real smoke, warning that his team was not playing rap games. Drakeo responded by dropping a ruthless diss track mocking YG's street credibility and referencing a past studio shooting involving YG. 1 month after that diss track dropped, the feud ended in tragedy. On December 18, 2021, tens of thousands of fans packed Exposition Park for the Once Upon a Time in LA festival. Drakeo was scheduled for a major hometown performance with a $50,000 payout. Investigative reports from journalist Jeff Wise revealed the backstage security setup was severely compromised. The VIP area was guarded by a single worker behind a flimsy chain-link fence, with large areas of the parking lot completely dark. The situation became stranger when Drakeo pulled up in his Rolls-Royce. Festival security thoroughly searched Drakeo, his younger brother, and his small crew, completely disarming his licensed security guard. Yet a massive crowd wearing red hoodies and ski masks entered the same restricted backstage area without any visible pushback from security. Members of Drakeo's team alleged they were restricted to 15 wristbands, while opposing entourages brought in massive groups. When a festival disarms an artist's personal security while allowing an opposition group of over 100 people to march right through the back gate, does that sound like total incompetence by Live Nation, or does it feel like a setup where someone on the inside got paid off? Legal filings from Drakeo's family clearly point toward the second scenario, and looking at the security footage, it is almost impossible to explain how that many people bypassed metal detectors unnoticed. What started as a verbal exchange escalated into an organized attack. A group wearing ski masks moved in and started a fistfight with Drakeo and his brother. For several minutes, no security personnel or police officers intervened. Just as the initial brawl seemed to break up, a massive crowd charged Drakeo's small group. Private investigators reviewing venue footage later identified 113 individuals, surrounding just 7 members of Drakeo's team. Drakeo was overwhelmed, thrown to the ground, and fatally stabbed in the neck before reaching the stage. By the time law enforcement entered the scene 10 minutes later, the attackers had removed their red hoodies and blended into the crowd. Officers made 0 arrests on site, leaving Drakeo on the asphalt while paramedics attempted CPR. News spread across social media within hours, forcing organizers to cancel the festival before headliners like Snoop Dogg could perform. Viewers quickly analyzed available footage, identifying individuals wearing clothing tied to YG's 400 brand. In the aftermath, associates close to Drakeo went live on Instagram, directly accusing YG of coordinating the backstage ambush out of professional jealousy. Drakeo's mother publicly questioned why rival entourages received unrestricted access while her son was disarmed and left unprotected. She filed a lawsuit against festival organizers and Live Nation for security failures. YG denied any involvement in the murder, releasing music where he addressed the allegations while maintaining his innocence. For over 4 years, the homicide remained an unsolved cold case. That is why the LAPD's sudden raid on YG's home in July 2026 shocked the hip-hop community. Law enforcement executing a search warrant on a high-profile figure usually signals that investigators uncovered fresh evidence or secured critical witness cooperation behind closed doors. While a search warrant is not a formal charge or a conviction, it confirms detectives are actively moving forward with the case. Given that law enforcement waited almost 5 full years to execute this raid on YG's property, do you think detectives finally cracked a secret digital paper trail? Or did an insider finally decide to talk after the street code started falling apart? The legal pressure is clearly mounting regardless of what information triggered the raid. The core facts surrounding this tragedy are finally coming to light. Someone granted that crowd backstage access, someone smuggled a weapon past security checkpoints, and someone coordinated the timing of that attack. With law enforcement executing search warrants after years of silence, the street politics and industry protections surrounding this case are breaking down. 4 years of silence didn't erase what happened in that parking lot, and this raid proves the LAPD hasn't dropped the file either. Whether this search warrant leads to actual formal charges or becomes another legal dead end, one reality remains crystal clear. In the rap game, street politics always collects its debt. No matter how many millions you acquire or how many corporate security teams you hire. Is justice finally about to be served? Or are we watching another cold case fade away? Drop your thoughts below, hit that like button, subscribe to stay locked in, and I'll catch you in the next one.